Hello, this is Alex Meyer here. You can call me Miss Meyer. This is a tutorial, my first video tutorial on making a movie poster. I'm going to introduce you to some photo editing techniques in Photoshop. We just have down here. And what we're going to do is model an existing film poster. So on the left you've got a version of the poster for Hostage, and on the right here you've got the version I've already completed, but I'm going to walk you through the steps to make one yourself. So first of all, let's start off with cutting out the image from the background. So let's assume that we've already got our photos already. So I'll just minimize this one and bring up our first photo. So we've got the hero. Here we go. And we're just going to pop that open in Photoshop. Very good. Alrighty, so the first step we do is I always duplicate the first layer. So as you can see here, we've got the background, so we'll just duplicate that first. It's always good to have a copy in case you make a mistake. Second, we'll enter quick mask mode, which is this button just on the toolbox over here. Okay, and we'll select the paintbrush as well. And we'll just make that a bit larger. And what I do is select the figure in quick mask. So you should already be familiar with this, just really roughly. There we go. Very good. Okay, let's exit quick mask. Select the marquee tool, here we go. And right click on there and select inverse. Now we've got the figure selected. Okay. Now that we've got our hero selected, let's cut him out. So let's make sure we select the marquee tool over here and just right click on the figure and select refine edge. Very good. Now if we just select smart radius here and just wait a little bit and move that slider up slightly, you can see this fuzzy edge happening here. That just means that it's starting to detect the edge around it from the figure in the background, and you can just paint just on top, and as you can see, starting to differentiate between the figure and the background. Now this side doesn't matter because in the example that's all blacked out anyway, but what we really want to do is get those little hairs out. Looking good. And maybe just refine just around the cheek and there, just a little bit. Okay, let's bump that down. That's just having a think. And smooth that out just a little bit. Okay, we'll just go around here just for a bit of fun. Yeah. Okay, that's looking all right. This bit here could probably use a bit more attention, but that's okay. When we output to a layer mask, this will change it. So we'll just select output to new layer, layer mask. And just wait for that. There we go. And so you can see over here that they've masked it out. So if you want to go in and make a few more details, we'll just switch that off. You can select the paintbrush over here to the black one and just sort of, we'll just use a soft brush. And here we go. And you can sort of delete a little bit more of this out. Okay, and that's looking pretty good. Alrighty, now the next step is let's put in a white background. So let's select new layer and give a white background. Looking good. And we'll just put an adjustment layer on as well. So it's just this one down here. And we'll do it hue saturation and just bring that right down. And then we've got it in black and white now. So that's looking good. And then bring another one up and we'll just make it, just play with the levels a bit and just up the contrast. So we'll just select a black. We want this to be black. There we go. And a white eyedropper. We want that bit to be white. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, now let's create our poster. So we'll just grab a new file and make an A3 size poster. Here we go. And we'll just duplicate these layers and put them in the next poster. So if you just select them all and go duplicate layers and just assign them to the new one. Very good. Here we go. And we'll just transform that and just tilt it in the same position that we've got the movie poster here. So zoom out just a little bit. And that placement's looking really good. And let's just pop in a nice dark shadow and then we'll finish off a lesson. So let's just select black and a smooth brush. So I've got 12 brushes, nice big smooth brush. Just make that a bit larger. And let's just paint in the shadow. And it can kind of move down here. We'll paint in the jacket in a little bit too. There we go. And we'll paint the jacket on a separate layer. Otherwise that's looking pretty good. We'll just add a bit more shadow here. And we'll pop in a little bit more shadow just there as well. Let's just bring this down. Okay, and that there. Just always keep looking at your model poster and see what that's up to. And just to make that shadow a little bit softer, we're just going to put on a blur. So we'll just go to the filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we'll just increase the radius a bit. Okay, it's just going. Oh, I think that was a lens blur actually. We'll try that again. Blur, Gaussian blur. That's better. Now I can see it blurring. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll just decrease the opacity of that just a tiny bit. Okay, and that's pretty much the first part of this tutorial. And the next section we'll look at putting the text on. And thank you for listening.